Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're talking about the legitimacy of R-rated films. I am Dan.
I'm also Dan.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Matt. This discussion has mostly come to us out of the... Is it the surprise success of Deadpool? Is it even a surprise?
I don't know if it's a surprise, but like it is cool that it is a success.
Well,
I think we kind of knew it was going to do well because of all the hype that was behind it and all that sort of thing.
Certainly true. Today is March 1st, 2016. As it currently stands, Deadpool has grossed $609 million worldwide. 10.5 times its budget. It's done this well, and we... Obviously people want to see more. But one thing that's come up very recently, and very soon after Deadpool, is the fact that Zack Snyder has said that the new Batman vs Superman might be a 15, if only on DVD.
Yeah.
And that the next Wolverine film... that might be a 15, be it at the cinema or on DVD.
I hope they take note that people will turn up and watch these films.
There are going to be more R-rated superhero films, and maybe just more R-rated or 15s, and even 18s, coming out generally. Because if we look at the past year, Straight Outta Compton, budget 28 million, gross 10 million, which is, about 10 times its budget. The Revenant has, I think, nearly 400 million. We've got Fury Road, which grossed 2.5 times its budget. Kingsman, which grossed 5.1 times its budget. And American Sniper, which grossed 9.3 times its budget. That was also R-rated and a bit propaganda-y, but whatever. R-rated films are doing well, and studios need to go... We're paying attention now, because they have pussified films for way too long.
I like that.
Leave Marvel to their sort of 12A, fun
I get
films.
that that's where the money is and all that. Like that.
But is it
the
though?
best.
Because the fact that Deadpool has done this well means that it's not just kids who are going to see this. The fact that they've actually cut off a lot of their audience, or a lot of their expected
it
audience.
hasn't done well. But if you compare that to the sort of money that the Avengers films are making,
Billions.
It's miles behind.
Can't make merchandise for a 15-rated movie for kids.
But maybe that's actually more honest, because if they're making a 15 film, but they know they can't do as much merchandising for it, the film has to be better. Do those seem like related points to you? You look like you don't agree with me.
It's a good point, but it's the fact that Marvel's universe will not benefit from having a 15. Because, like we were saying, Deadpool will never get any crossovers.
It might do.
He's going to be in one scene, but he literally can't just come in to, I don't know, Fantastic Four
you
film
can't
and
turn
just
up
go,
in the next
Galactus.
film or anything.
And go, hey, fuckface.
Literally. He'll show up, he'll do a Wolverine like he did in First Class.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go fuck yourself. And then he'll go away.
I like
thought they
that.
slipped that in.
But should 15 or R, for our American viewers, be synonymous with quality? That's the point. Why can't films...
No.
No, it shouldn't at all,
Does a film have to be crap just because it's got
No.
more of a broad audience?
No, but I think the advantage of R-rated is not necessarily quality, but realism. Because real people bleed, real people swear, real people fuck each other. So...
Ooh, that was...
In that order.
Ooh.
Sometimes in reverse order. For instance, in the old X-Men films, and you actually mentioned this in the last video, Wolverine would stab someone, he'd pull it out, and
Yeah, there's
they'd
no
still be
blood
clean.
left, yeah.
And for a minute we'd go, And after a while, after the, 15, 16 years this has been going on, we go, oh, that's the way it is.
that's the way
Blood should be everywhere by now, and it makes it seem less real.
Yeah.
The point is, we've seen, just in the past year, a resurgence of films that are harder, more violent, and people are responding to it. Studios have to pay attention and go, it's not just kids who are watching this. Let's pull our socks up and do something proper, I guess.
What qualifies something as a 15? Is it the box ticking content? Is there swearing? Is there sex? Is there particular violence? Or is it the themes being discussed and how kind of morally grey they are? So let's say American Sniper. It had no more sex, swearing or violence than like an Avengers film. But because it was discussing something that was so real and such a kind of blurred line, that bumped up the age rating. And now is that why people like it more? Because adults like to be questioned. We like to have a discussion about something. As opposed to just seeing someone in a red suit and a giant green guy kick the shit out of an alien. If you look at population demographics in general, there are way more adults than there are young people. So
that has to be true.
Why the hell are we not trying to appeal to them? I mean, obviously, not people in retirement homes. They're not going to come to the cinema. But people who are, even in their 60s, they want to see films as well. It's not like they hate films. It's just that they hate the shit that's been shown because it's all, as you say, nerfed. It's kind of asinine for kids. Now, there's a head of a lot of money in that. If you look at...
Senior movies do very well. Like Bond is insanely well because it's been going for so long.
True, but is that because
Because of the films.
because of what Dan just said, that they're less willing to come because generally it's all just the current big stars? That probably turns old people off to the film, which probably isn't a great attitude on their part, but stars these days aren't as enduring, so why should they care?
But do people still come and see films just for the name?
Some do. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason Legend did well. Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
But,
and
but
two
Tom
of them.
Hardy's also damn good.
But
Been in a lot. and
Could you
it's
then not argue
affected
that like
He's
people
been in-
like Tom Hardy and Leo and that are our generation's Clint Eastwood and stuff? Like
Yes.
they are the actors. Tom Hardy isn't just a pretty presence on screen. Like he can act,
yeah.
as is Leo.
He can
as
carry a
Leo's-
movie by himself.
That's the time when the big stars were in big proper films. You know, like Once Upon a Time in the West had Henry Fonda in it and Charles Bronson, and people went, "Fuck yeah, let's go see that." Oh my god, 3 hours, I got time. Now people don't have the attention span for that unless the world's ending and Batman's in it.
Maybe we're just in a more kind of vapid culture these days.
Yeah, but I don't
Pe-
like
pe-
it.
I'm not saying it's good. I hate it more than anyone else. But you can look at the same thing is very evident in music, for example.
Oh,
if you look at stuff that happened, let's say during the Cold War, you had people singing about real things. Even if it wasn't stuff that's happening in the world, they're singing about how they felt, real meaningful stuff. And now the vast majority of songs are, "I was in the club and I had a bit of fun." Yeah, that's it. And
For 100% of all media, 90% of it is like absolute shit. Doesn't matter what time it is, but it's just that 10% is so fucking good. You remember it, and everything else is. Ooh, rabbit-proof fence. That was a thing. No, still
Rabbit-proof
shit.
fence?
transient. Yeah.
Is more R-rated or 15-rated stuff what we want?
Yeah,
agree.
but only if it makes sense to be, not arbitrarily sort of shoving blood and guts in.
Yeah. I mean, if there's
I think-
anything we've learnt from our cynical youth is that Hollywood often take the wrong lesson from everything, actually.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think it's more financially viable now than it was before. Like we're on about before Dread didn't get the sequel that
Maybe
they were
Dread will
planning
get
on
a sequel
making.
now?
Dread needs.
I don't think it will. Like they planned on it, but like that film didn't do very well, and they put
Yeah.
that down to the fact that it was R-rated or 18.
Well, no, people aren't going, "Oh, I really want to see Carl Urban."
Yeah, that's
That
true.
everyone's doing that.
I want to see Eomer shoot
Yeah,
some
Ian Murphy from
people.
Lord of the Rings.
That's a man's name, Carl Urban. Like if Dredd's real name was Carl Urban, I'd be like, yeah,
Totally believe
Yeah, I
that.
can see that.
that's an action hero
That
name.
makes sense.
I like it. Carl Urban needs to be in more films.
People's standard of quality seems to be different from certainly what it used to be, or what we would hold dear.
And this is the point, that with the R-rated thing comes hopefully a higher degree of quality, because we don't
I
need
think so.
to rein it in necessarily.
Yeah, if we
Not
get-
assume. Sorry, Aaron, carry on.
Yeah, if we get more kick-asses, if we get more Deadpools, if we get more Watchmens.
No.
Yeah, even on the fact that Preacher's coming out, they've took a lot out of the comics. They tried to step away from the whole churchy thing because America, they work out. Yeah, it just makes more way for everything else. Like we were saying with Assassins and Warcraft. If that works out,
Yeah.
video game movies.
So
more
what
of
do you
that.
reckon? Okay, Warcraft is going to be no higher than a 12. What about Assassin's Creed?
It's going to be a 12
It's the
there.
beginning of a franchise,
if-
presumably.
If they whack a
'Cause, like,
15 on that, that's
I
excellent.
guess it'd keep it more grounded
And-
if you could add your blood and guts. It's not that they said blood and guts. It's just
I never think of Assassin's Creed as bloody, though. I think of Deadpool
it's not
as bloody.
particularly bloody
The
actually.
thing with Assassin's Creed, it will more than likely use what the Eagle. There's a
about-
scene
yeah.
in the Eagle where this guy gets bloody neck cut and like they rip his head off. This was a 12A and it's on screen for no longer than like 4 seconds and it's just and you're just like, if that's in Assassin's Creed, that could work because that is literally the borderline of the 12A. And like we saw in Sucker Punch, there was a lot of like just on the borders. It was a lot of implied stuff. Didn't actually see a lot of stuff.
Well, this is what the R rating should be for themes and complexity, and I mean, because actually, if you look at the rating thing on the back of the DVD, or if you go on the MPAA or the BBFC website,
Yep.
if you look at it, it's like it contains swearing, sex, and violence, sure, but also goes like.
Into.
For themes or for a graphic depiction of very bad weather, that kind of thing. And but themes is one that comes up, and I think that's where we should be going with the R-rated thing. Not necessarily with violence necessarily, although I do love me some violence, but we can have complexity.
And that's what excites you about a film. Like when we first, I'm sure all you guys did too, saw the first Batman vs Superman trailer, we thought, oh, good, some complex scenes
Yeah.
getting explored.
Yeah, power and corruption and,
that
all that.
should be the essence of the more adult film.
Like I said at the beginning of this, leave Marvel to their 12As, that's fine, they gotta be raking in the money, but there's no reason that DC can't go a little darker and Fox can be the sort of the rebels kind of thing and do the
really dark. Yeah.
do the hard, not dark necessarily,
okay.
but just more, you know.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool wasn't that dark of a film. Not
Nah,
really.
not at all.
I'd say it was no darker than any of the Avengers films or any of that. It's still as light and fluffy.
But the point is, 15s clearly have more capacity to explore more complex issues and therefore make better films. And we have a proven record there that you've written out for us. Not
I'll
that
put
anyone
these
can
on the
read that,
screen.
is we know now that they can make the money as well. So studios, there is no excuse not to make your films better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it now.
I honestly don't think we have very much more to say on the matter,
No,
so
I think we're
we're
good.
going to go, and so are you. Right,
sure.
yeah. But thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
You should be watching.